Hi everyone! So today we have a review for a custom transformer figures that I made. This is my repaint for Studio Series Deluxe Class Crosshair. As you recall for the original one, the body of this figure is extremely green, specifically with this plastic green color over here. And that plastic green basically make up most of his body, including on the chest area, one of the legs area, and of course foot areas down here. Then we have like gray area at the back of the head over here as well, on the head as well. So let's take a closer look at our figures. You can see that for the face, I basically just make it a little darker than the original one, which was to silver. I thought that from the CGI model, Crosshair had kind of a darker metal for his metal part, so that's why I make that a little darker as long as to make it fit with the body. So as you can see in here, the chest got painted with gray colors over here, more gray over here, and then rays inside the chest piece as well. Down to the chest or abdomen area, we also see we have gray part, a metallic part, and this part also got painted to a little silver and then a little more black, acrylic black to make it darker like that as well. I also have a little red in here, just to mimic the details that we actually have in the CGI model. Then as we go down the leg, you can see that I already painted the legs to have the same colors. So we have silver, metallic colors over there, and then down here we have a different shade of green. So basically, because this initially everything else on the legs have the same green colors like this, I thought that it didn't really match the CGI model that much, so I tried to paint it up a little. Go over the process of how I paint these figures later in the video. Look at the arm. So you can see that this arm here initially was all green, and then I painted it with green, kind of metallic green outside, and then inside just with silver. And then this part on the original figures was also just green plastic as well. So I also painted that with a little silver metallic colors, and then try to match that with the arm part that we have down here, and then we have the hand. I didn't change the color of the hand that much, but I still try to fit it with the color of the arm. And then of course like this black part, they got added in as well. Same to the black part that we have down here on the legs. I thought that just small changes like that actually make the figures much better. Of course on the feet, we finally have the toes painted. So different from just a green plastic piece for the whole foot and toes. At the back of the legs, on the foot also have that kind of colors. You can see that the green, they actually can't come up here because I played with the figures a lot. So initially they were all green like this. And then we just painted them up a little, but of course as we play with them, the colors may fade away as well, so that's why I don't tend to transform my figure that much. But it's still transformable though. Back of the legs, you can see that these figures have a very empty chest, but that's okay, because when the cape come down, we don't really notice that. The head was also not painted, especially for the back of the head, so I have to paint that part as well. And then this part, I think initially it was like transparent plastic, so I have to paint it over with silver color as well. And that is our current crosshair. So regarding the specific process of how to custom figures, you can check out my others videos. But my process was very similar as X-Time. Firstly, I go with permanent marker to mark and colors on the part that I would like to have permanent colors on, and then later after I paint the permanent marker colors, I'll use acrylic paint to put directly on that permanent marker colors to make the colors stay on the plastic stronger and they last longer as well. So the paint that I specifically used for these figures were permanent marker silver colors, permanent marker black as well. Those are actually just the original black from the permanent marker. The silver one I painted over them with acrylic colors. I use Sargent art for this case, but you can use any acrylic colors that you can buy. It doesn't really matter which type you choose. This one I just found randomly on Amazon. And then for the green part, I also just use the marker green. And then I paint that over with the same brand or liquid metal acrylic paint in green. So I painted that part with this acrylic green. I think it came out decently. It's a little, the color was a little too dark in comparison to the CGI model, but because I think that's look kind of cool for the robot mode, so that's why I did not paint the same colors on the whole car part. Mainly because I look at the CGI model for the car and I noticed that this color would not match with what the car actually looked like. So that's why I decided to have two different colors for the robot mode and the vehicle mode. In order to do that, I just keep the initial car part the same colors as they come out initially. I did not paint over them. So that's why this cape part, because they also play a role in their vehicle mode, so I did not paint over them. So if you look closer in here, you'll see that they have paint on them as well, because initially I did paint over them. But then I changed my mind, noticed that it was not accurate, so I have to I strap off the paint. So you still can see the residues here. When I paint them, they actually look just like the other part with green on here. These figures, when it came out, I thought that this one actually had a very good design, has very intricate details and way better than the one that we got from Extinction or the Last Night movie for Crosshair. But all of the colors were, the details were lost in the figures because it was not painted up nicely. So that's why I had to decide to paint up this specific figure. In overall, I think I'm pretty satisfied with how this guy come out. So if you want to see how he scaled with all of the other characters in Extinction, you can check out my other side comparison videos. I have a full videos of this guy compared to all of the figures that I have for Extinction, mostly Studio Series, and they look really nice together. Just to give you some ideas, this is how it look like next to Studio Series number 45. Riff. As you can see that for Riff, his colors is mostly the original colors. So I did not custom paint Riff that much, except a few, of course, red part, that's one was custom painted, and then some colors on the weapon as well, like this part as well. But not to the extent of this Crosshair figures. He was so good, but he was so lacking in colors. But after we paint them up, let's look. They look really nice together. They look so accurate. That's what I love about custom painted figures. We can make cheap figures look more accurate. And for Studio Series, because they're small, so we can actually collect more of them in our collection, as well as to collect bigger character like all of the Dinobot. They can scale well with a smaller character like the Studio Series one. So I'm really happy with how this guy come out. Let me know what you think about this figures. Leave that in the comment. And if you want to learn how to custom your figures, just check out my other custom videos.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Subscribe to our channel. Please, otherwise, Megatron might kill me again. And no, I'm not kidding. He's right there. Hey, Josh. So please, subscribe. I don't want to be back in 2 pieces. Your subscription means a lot to us.